Here we go as we face off between Spartacats 15 UB and a rematch against the Rochester Mustangs. Spartacats faced this team just a couple of weeks ago here on Egan East. Unfortunately fell to Rochester, looking to enact their revenge here. Fourth game of this inaugural Spartacats 15 UB Winter Clash. Winner of this game will face off against Elmbrook in the championship later today. Loser, their tournament is over. Face off here. Coming up. Starting line for the Spartacats. Bates at center. Hubble and Krisky on the wings. And Turvold and Moline on D. And then Boyd in net. Puck comes back. Rochester gets it down. Back to Moline. Moline tries to get it out. Intercepted by Rochester. Bates picks up the puck, brings it down center ice, pass over to Krisky. Krisky picks it up off the boards, back to Moline. Moline dumps it in deep. Bates, pass over to Cans. Cans cuts back. Cans from the slot, shot, tipped wide. Bates picks it up. Oh! Can't get it into that. Pass out front, intercepted by Cans. Poke checks away. Back to Verstrat. Verstrat. Pass over to Weber. Weber pass up to Cans. Cans gets the zone. She'll send it in deep. Nelson into attack. Verstrat keeps it in. Cans shoots just high of the net. Verstrat shot blocked. Puck back to Cans along the boards. Cans has it, dumps it in. Nelson picks it up. Passes out front. Pass intercepted. Weber steals it back to Walker. Pass tipped. Rochester sends it in deep. Verstrat picks it up. Passes up to Weber. Walker takes it. Tries to get it out. Nelson able to get it out of the zone. Back to Robinette. Robinette cuts around the girl. Skates across the red line. Spartacats offsides. Face off here. Moline, pass up to Krisky. Krisky off the boards into the corner. Krisky battles for the puck, picks it up, passes out front. Shot just wide. McCall takes it. Spartacats not able to get back on sides. We'll have another whistle here. 10:54 left in the period. Hey. Rochester back to the puck. Stop by Bates. Rochester, cross ice pass. Comes in on a breakaway. Shot wide of the net. Hubble passes intended for Weber, intercepted by Rochester. They're able to hold the line. Rochester holds the line. Spartacats able to get it out, and it's offsides on Rochester. Hands takes it, sends it deep. Icing called. Defensive zone face-off here for the Spartacats. Nelson takes the draw, wins it back to Ristrat. Rochester takes it behind the net. Shot saved by Boyd. Ristrat passes to Cans. Shot blocked by Cans. Nelson passes over to Cans. Cans able to get it out. Christie comes in. Christie getting hooked. Cans knocks it down. Christie takes the shot just wide of the net. Number 22 on Rochester with a couple cheap hits there. One on Christie, one on Nelson. No penalties called yet. Christie takes it in the zone. Robinette takes it. Gets it in the zone. Rochester will pick it up. Robinette into attack. Puck comes back to Turvold. Turvold shot just wide of the net. Shot blocked by Rochester. Spartacats stay on side. Turvold takes it in. Shoots. Saved by Rochester. Weber shoots just wide. Spartacats can't keep it in. Bowling back. Turvold back checking. Bowling gets the puck. Sends it down ice. Rochester looks to regroup. They gain the zone. Turvold and McCall there to stop him. Turvold goes down. We have a penalty. Penalty on Rochester, tripping. Spartacats will go on a 2-minute power play here with 7:15 left in the period. Power play unit for the Spartacats. Bates at center. Krisky and Hubble on D. Restrat and Walker back at defense. Bates passes up to Hubble. Hubble passes over to Krisky. Krisky gets it in the zone. Rochester takes it. Gets it out of the zone. Walker back to retrieve it. Spartacats will send it down. We'll have an icing call here on the Spartacats. Pass back. Rochester is able to keep it in the zone. Weber takes it in the corner. Spartacats trying to break it out. Most of this power play has been spent in their own zone. This Rochester penalty kill is pretty good here. Pass up to Weber. Puck comes out. Weber chasing after it. Makes the girl miss. Gains the zone. She comes in before the puck and we have offsides. McCall takes the draw. Back to Walker. Walker sends it in deep. Krisky goes in after it. Krisky passes back to Restrat. Restrat shot just wide of the net. Walker back to pick up the puck. She'll send it in deep. McCall tips the pass. Rochester tries to break out. Robinette keeps the puck in. Shoots. Tipped by McCall. Paul can't find the shot off. Krisky pass. Restrat. Robinette shoots. Covered. Rochester full strength. Robinette had a good opportunity there. Somebody from Rochester was sent off. They do not have a neck guard on. That's why. Rochester cuts back. Offsides on Rochester. Pass up to Bates. Bates takes it. Hubble comes in. Shoots. Save. Puck goes back in the corner. Hubble picks up on the net. Comes. Passes out front. Bates. Shoots. Glove saved by Rochester. 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 Glove saved by Rochester Page takes the draw. Rochester wins it. They bring it back behind their own net. Weber takes it. Weber on a breakaway. Scores! Weber takes it in and scores. 3:31 left. Spartacats go up 1-0. Weber got the puck around center ice. Had one girl to beat. Got around her. Nice shot off the post and in. Spartacats lead 1-0. Puck tipped up. Krisky takes it. Strat takes it. Krisky gets the puck, has it poke checked away. Rochester's offsides. We'll have a whistle here with 2:59 left in the period. Saved by Boyd there. Rochester with only 3 shots so far. They had 20 through the first period last time we played them, so Spartacats defense has really stepped it up here. Krisky takes it, rubbed off the puck by Rochester. Rochester comes in, looks to break out, skates it out of the zone. Bowling forces her off the puck. Puck goes down in the Spartacats zone. Nelson behind the net battling for it. Turvold battles. Nelson intercepts the pass, passes up to Cans. Cans crosses did not cross the red line. Sends it in deep, and we have an icing call here. 2:06 left in the first period. Rochester wins the faceoff. Puck goes back behind the net. Rochester player taken down, no penalty called. Puck comes back down the ice. Walker holds the zone. Rochester, weird, bounce off the boards. Pass out front. Weber's there, pass. Robinette takes the rebound. Shot. Covered by Rochester. Weber, Robinette, both had great shots there. Both were saved by Rochester, though. .130 left in the period. Rochester holds the zone. Rochester's got a girl in the middle. Defense got to come over. Christie picks up the girl in the middle. Turvold and Bates battling in the corner. Rochester keep battles. Battle moves behind the net. Rochester picks it up, passes out front. Shot wide of the net. Puck goes back behind the net. Bates comes away with it. Pass comes up. Bubble going for it. Rochester shot saved by Boyd. Back to Turvold. Turvold takes it around the net. Passes along the boards for Christie. Christie cross-ice pass for Hubble. Hubble sends it in deep. Bates into attack behind the net. Cans takes it. 10 seconds left. Icing on Rochester, but no whistle. Buzzer will sound. Shots through. One period of play here. Spartacats with 8. Rochester with just 4. Spartacats lead 1-0. Face off here to start the second period. Spartacats lead 1-0. Nelson will take the face off. Weber and Cans on the wing. Verstrat and Walker on defense. Rochester wins it. Shot saved by Boyd. Nelson picks it up. Verstrat pass up to Cans. Cans crosses the red line, dumps it in. Puck goes back down in the corner. Nelson into attack. Puck goes behind the net. Weber takes it. Passes back behind the net. Rochester picks it up. Walker pass over to Nelson. Nelson passes up to Cans. Cans cross-ice pass to Weber. Shot tipped wide of the net. Spartacats trying to break out. Verstrat back to pick it up in the corner. Versus passes off the boards to Cans. Cans gets it out. Sends it down the ice. Icing waved off. Weber there to attack. Pass over out in front. Pass in front tipped. Rochester not able to get the shot off. Rochester's defense skates in. Saved by Boyd. Rochester takes it behind the net. Passes out to the D. D to D pass. Scores! That was a great shot by Rochester. Boyd was being screened. Puck hit crossbar and went in. Rochester ties it up 1-1. Rochester dumps it in. Turbo back to pick up the puck. Rochester sends it in the corner. Back to the D. D sends it back down. Pass out front. Saved by Boyd. Rochester brings it behind their own net. Walker chips the puck up. That takes it. Isn't so. Tries to get over the base, but it's intercepted by Rochester. Weber sends it back down in the corner. Walker poke checks it away. Sends it in deep. Rochester takes the puck. Penalty. Slashing penalty on Spartacats. Base will head to the box. Spartacats will be on the PK for 2 minutes. 10-17 left in the period. PK for the Spartacats. Hubble and Weber. Molin and Turvold on D. Shot wide. Shot saved by Boyd. Rochester passing behind the net. Pass blocked by Turvold. Spartacats trying to get it out. Puck goes back to Rochester's defense. Rochester battling for it behind the net. Rochester comes out with it. Passes out to the D. Shot. Glove saved by Boyd. 1:08 left in the penalty. Score 1-1 here with 9:24 left in the period. Save Boyd, another save. Send high of the net. Shot high. Rochester controlling this puck in the second period here. Save Boyd. Shot set wide. Talk back shot. Smothered by Boyd. 3 seconds left in the penalty for the Spartacats. Spartacats still yet to get a shot here in this second period. Call wins the draw. Bates comes out of the box. Spartacats full strength. Walker intercepts the pass. Has it stolen by Rochester. The call. Push down. Rochester takes it in their own zone. Puck comes back to Verstrat. Verstrat shot. Sent wide of the net. Rochester trying to get it out of the zone here. Rochester takes it. Walker into attack. Rochester DDD pass intercepted by Verstrat. Or by Robinette. Bates picks it up. Shoots. Shot blocked. Bates picks it up again. Pass back to Walker. Walker shoots. Save. Bates sends it in front of that. Back to Weber takes it. Passes it back to Verstrat. Weber sends it back down to what? Weber shoots. Save. Back, saved. Scrum in front of the net. Penalty incoming. Tripping penalty on Rochester. Spartacats will go on their second power play of the game. They're 0-1 on the power play so far in this game. Rochester comes down. Turvo battling for the puck. Turvo comes away with it. Tries to get it up to Hubble. Spartacat power play has been spent mostly in the Spartacat zone. They're trying to find something to get it back. Rochester shot saved by Boyd. Back to Moline. Turvo picks it up in front of the net, passes up to Hubble. Hawk back to Verstrat. Verstrat pass up to Weber. Puck pass intercepted. Rochester's coach is calling for a penalty there, but nothing called. Verstrat picks it up. Cross-ice pass over to Cans. Cans can't find it. Puck goes back into the Rochester zone. Puck back to Walker. Walker sends it in deep. Rochester full strength. Back to Verstrat. Verstrat skates in, shoots wide of the net. Krisky takes it. Rochester steals it. Rochester breaks out of the zone. Puck goes back to Verstrat. Four minutes left in the period. Pass, shot by Walker, saved by Rochester. Rochester stays down with speed, has a go across the middle, pass across, shot, scores. Ah. Defense have to cover those cross-ice passes. Not much Boyd could have done there. Tried to get over in time. Defense fell apart there. Rochester goes up 2-1 with 3:04 left in the period. Rochester sends the puck in. Turbo back. Passes up, intended for Robinette. Goes back to the Rochester D. Rochester takes it in the corner. McCall battling for it. Turbo comes in to help. McCall keeps battling for it. Puck goes behind the net. Rochester shoots wide. Rochester battles for behind the puck, sends it behind the net. McCall battling for it. Rochester passes out front. Saved by Boyd. Can't hop on the rebound. Puck was loose, but Boyd did not have that one covered, but the whistle was blown. Got lucky there. 1:59 left in the period. Hubble takes it, chips it off the boards and out. Rochester picks it up in their own zone. Strat takes it, shoots. Shot blocked. Sent to the other side. Bates shoots. Puck goes behind the net. Pass out front by Hubble. Bates takes it. Pass out front. Puck's loose. Bates shoots it. Another save by Rochester. Puck comes back to Walker. Walker shoots. Can't get to the net. Walker sends it in deep. Krisky battling for it. 1 minute left in the period. Walker, poke checks away, pass back over to Krisky. Well saved by Boyd. 30 seconds left in the period. That'll bring us to the end of the first period, the second period. Shots that period, 10 for Rochester, only 5 for the Spartacats. 2 period shot totals, 14 for Rochester, 13 for the Spartacats. But Rochester leads 2-1 as we head to the third period of this semifinal matchup. Spartacats hoping to keep their tournament hopes alive. Spartacats down 1, looking to score an equalizer here. Buzzer sounds. Puck drop for the third period here coming up. Line up to start the period for the Spartacats. McCall at center. Robinette left wing. Krisky right wing. Verstrat at lefty and Walker at right D. Puck drop here. Start the period. Walker's pass intercepted. Rochester comes down. Saved by Boyd. Puck drops loose. Boyd not able to cover it. She's got to have those. That's twice this game. There she has a glove save. Turvold. Rochester picks it up. They look to regroup. Rochester skates in. Poke checked away by Moline. Bates picks up the puck. Flushes it out, and Hubble's able to get it out of there. Weber sends it in, intercepted, D-to-D pass. Rochester looks to get in the zone. Take it across, but they're offsides. And passes over. And takes it into the zone. Pass back to Nelson. Nelson shot tipped. Rochester took the shot. Pass out front. Back to Walker. Walker not able to hold the zone. Rochester sends it down for Strap back to pick it up. Trips up the boards to Krisky. Krisky trying to get it out of the zone. Nelson in there too. Nelson will take it. Send it back up. Trips it. Walker pinned against the boards. Ball goes up to Cans. Cans takes it. Passes out, intended for Krisky. Intercepted by Rochester. Rochester skates it in. Pass up to Krisky. Krisky cross-ice pass off the boards, intended for Cans. Rochester tries to strip it out. Cans poke checks it away. Cans trying to get the puck. Rochester's able to get it out. They'll send it down ice. Turbold trips it off the boards. Rochester's able to hold the zone. 10 minutes left in the game here. Rochester brings it towards the center of the ice. Shot saved by Boyd. Moline takes it, passes up, can't find anybody, and it'll be icing on Spartacats. Shot scores! Rochester passed it across. Had a girl there to bury it. Rochester goes up 3-1. 9:36 left in the period. Shot to score again. Spartacats are starting to fall apart here in this third period. 2 quick goals by Rochester. They're up 4-1. Spartacats will call a timeout here with 9:30 left in the period. Thanks. Haynes comes in, goes after the puck. Rochester picks it up. Spartacats come out hard after that. Timeout. The strap back. Hubble sends it in deep. Rochester tries to get it behind the net, but it bounces off the back of the net. Rochester passes it out of the zone. Walker's pass, can't find anybody. Icing will be called. Back. Saved by Boyd. Weber skates down the ice with it. Drop past the Cans. Cans sends it down to Weber. Interference on Rochester. Boyd got all the way to the bench just for the whistle to be blown. She'll head back to her net. Spartacats 0 for 2 on the power play here so far. Nelson, Cans, Weber are the forwards. Turvold and Moline on D. Weber battles for the puck. Nelson also there. Takes it, pass over to Cans. Cans passes back to Turvold. Turvold's shot. Save. Rochester gathers the rebounds. They get out of the zone. Rochester comes down. Shot. Another penalty. This time on the Spartacats. We'll have 4-on-4 for 1 minute, 32 seconds. For Rochester has a 28-minute or 28-second. We got a penalty. Moline will head to the box for 2 minutes. 7:03 left. I think, Dad. Walker. Spartacats able to ship it out. They'll come down the Rochester comes down to regroup. Rochester not able to get in the zone there. They send it down deep. Verstrat back to pick it up. Reverses it back around the boards up to the Rochester D. Rochester sends it back down low. 1 minute left in the Rochester penalty. Christie cuts back, tries to shoot. Shot tipped by Rochester. Rochester picks it up in the corner. Rochester packs out front. Walker skates in with it. Back to Christie. Christie shot off. Scores! Christie shot hit the post. She got her own rebound and she scores. Flicks it up over the goalie's glove there. Spartacats cut the lead to 2. Rochester still leads 4-2 here. 5:52 left in the game. 21 seconds left on the Rochester penalty. 49 seconds left on the Spartacat penalty. Bates will take the draw here after the goal. Back to Turvold. Pass over to Weber. Back to Turvold. Turvold pass. Over to Hubble. Bates coming into attack. Hubble picks it up. Skates it in the zone. Rochester full strength. Spartacats now on the penalty kill for another 20 seconds. Rochester skates it in. Puck sent down the ice. A little bit of icing on the Spartacats. 5 seconds left in the penalty. Rochester pass back to the D. Shot saved by Boyd. Spartacats full strength. Another shot from the point saved by Boyd. Shot, score. Rochester scores again. Pass out front, quick one-timer. Boyd wasn't able to get across in time. Rochester goes up 5-2. 4:40 left in the game. Nelson takes the draw after the Rochester goal. Fiskey tries to get it out. Rochester able to hold the zone, sends it back down. Walker takes it, chips it out of the zone. Rochester offsides.
Do you want me to?
4:04 left in the period. Up to Weber. Weber tries to get it out. Kept in by Rochester, who shoots. Sails high of the net. Pass out front, stopped by Mullen. Weber takes it. Passes up. Robinette battling for the puck. Up to McCall. Turvold not able to hold the zone. Passes back to Mullen. Mullen passes up to Weber. Weber enters the zone, but Rochester sends it right back out. Rochester coming in. Weber with a great back check there. Rochester scores again. 6-2 Rochester. 2:58 left in the game. Spartacats starting to fall apart here. They were down 1 going into the period. Now they're down 4. Bates comes into attack, sends it down low behind the net. Rochester back to pick it up. Bates chips it in. Bates poke checks away. Bates gets stripped up, but no penalty called. Walker back to pick up the puck. Cameron. Hubble will send it down deep. Rochester back to pick it up. Rochester sends it down the ice with a pass. Can't connect, and it'll be icing on Rochester. 1:47 left in the game. Spartacats down 6-2. Nelson takes a draw. Wins it over to Weber. Weber cuts back, looking for a passing lane. Sends it down low to Nelson. Nelson sends it behind the net. Cans goes down to attack. All 3 Spartacats forwards low to attack. Got to keep somebody high. Rochester sends it down the ice. Icing waved off. Rochester picks it up in the corner. Weber has a puck. Skates up with it. Weber will send it down behind the net. Picked up by Rochester. Rochester skates out with it. 1 minute left in the game. Poke checked away by Turvold. Cans picks it up. I put marks on my jersey on my number. Rochester takes it behind the net. Pass up, back to Walker. Walker looks to regroup. Walker versus pass up to Cans. Cans cuts back. Cuts back again. Can't get the shot off. Rochester will take it. Krisky steals it, but has it poke checked away by Rochester. 15 seconds to go. Walker hit. Hands picks it up. She'll send it down the ice. Christie there to pick it up. That'll take us to the end of the game. Spartacats fall 6-2 in the semifinals. Had a great run in this tournament. Rochester will advance to play in the championship this afternoon. Tough game for the Spartacats, but they fought hard. Couple bounces the other way. Couple times defensive zone fell apart. Could have had it. Improved over their last game against Rochester. Shot totals for the game. Rochester with 24, Spartacats with 17. Rochester wins 6-2. This is Connor Boyd signing off from Egan Civic Arena.